Well, hello you guys. So, let me just... That's better? I think that's better. Maybe. Okay, so today was an interesting day, honestly. I wasn't about to vlog, and I didn't vlog the last few days because I was feeling really crappy. I had a fibro flare up and it hit me really hard, and yeah. Like from that apartment hunting tour we took, and I'm still feeling crappy. But yeah, today I decided to continue doing some tours. Yesterday I cleaned some dishes, and stuff like that, and did the cat litter, cleaned it out completely, and my cat was so happy. Of course, they're always happy, and then they are going in and pooping or whatever. So to claim the space again, it's normal. It's normal. They have to make it theirs. So yeah, so I was a little bit busy yesterday. I wasn't really feeling good afterwards. Like, it didn't really help the situation. So, I rested for the rest of the day and walked around a little bit and all of that. So I kept moving. But yeah, so today I continued doing some tours, and then I was like, okay, let's I washed my hair and all of that, and then I was like, okay, let's take the trash outside. And surprisingly, it wasn't as bad as I thought, like pain wise. It was like, okay-ish. I needed some stuff. And I called my mom. It was like, could you bring me some stuff? She was like, yeah, I can, but it will take some time. But then after I took down the trash, I was like, it wasn't as bad as I thought. Maybe I can just do it myself. So my mom doesn't have to drive like 40 minutes to come visit me to bring me some stuff. Especially it was like 3 things, yeah. So I was like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna try to go to the store myself. I took some empty bottles and just went for it. And I made it. I made it. I went in and went outside. But as I went outside, something happened. And thinking about this, like right now, I'm kind of a little bit angry, like about myself. Because what happened was, as I walked outside, there were 2 people standing in my way, watching, like, with their backs to me, with the backs to the store, and they were kind of blocking the whole, the whole path. Not really, but a lot of it. And first I was like, oh my god, can you please get out of the way? But I was like, you know what? Just go around them. What's the matter? Just walk past them. So I did. And I was like, why are they standing here like that? And as I was thinking that, I looked like to the sidewalk, and there was this young woman with beautiful blonde hair, and there was a man, and he was talking to her, and she seemed uncomfortable. And I was like, that's weird. And I thought maybe those people were staring at that, those 2. I was like, why are they staring? And then as I continued moving like towards them, because I was like, something's off, something is weird. She was trying to walk away, but then he said something, and because she was polite, she stopped and was like, what was that? And he said it again, and as he did, he moved towards her and touched her arm and was like about to move to her back, and that made me feel so uncomfortable. And I felt how she was just like moving away from him, like trying to get away. And I was moving towards them. I was like, no, you're gonna go there. You're gonna say something like, do you notice, man? Are you okay? Or, I don't know, hey, there you are. I was looking for you. Whatever. Just to help her. And as I was moving there, like going over there, he walked away and she walked away. And I was looking after her. Like, across the street, I looked at him like, what the fork? And he obviously didn't feel good about that. And I was walked past this, like, over the street. Across the road. There we go. Sorry, I'm a little all over the place, but... And I looked at her like, okay, is she okay? She was walking away. I was like, I don't know, will she take the bus? Will she keep moving? Like, is he gonna have, you know, a chance to keep pushing her? But she wasn't, like, she didn't stop at the bus stop. So I was like, okay, because if she would have done that, I would have gone back and sit with her and was like, okay, you know, I would have asked her if she wanted me to keep her company until her bus is there. Because, I don't know, I felt that. And I'm kind of angry about myself because I wasn't, like, moving there. Because I wasn't like, hey, what were you just doing? You know, I didn't confront him. Which is something you should always be careful about, you know, and you shouldn't just do that. You should make sure you're safe. But at the same time, a part of me was like, what was he thinking? And also I was like, that poor woman, you know? That was just... And at the same time, it kind of hit me, like, PTSD-wise. It didn't trigger my PTSD. I don't have that anymore. But a part of me felt that. And a part of me was like, I wish someone would have stepped up and came to me and helped me out when this kind of thing happened to me. So why didn't I do anything? Why didn't I do something? You know, it feels like when I was walking there and was over all of a sudden before I could get there, it seems like a lazy excuse to me. You know, it's just like, what the F? At the same time, I'm kind of angry at the other two people because I feel like they, if this is true, of course I can only assume, I feel like they were watching, and I feel like they have been watching longer than I have been. And I was like, why didn't they do anything? But at the same time, I didn't do anything. You know, I wasn't fast enough. I wasn't like, hey, get away from her, like from across the street or whatever. So I don't know. A part of me is still like, oh my god, I don't want to go into these kind of situations. A part of me is still like, run. You know, a part of me is still like freezing, because that was my fight, flight, or freeze reaction when something happened to me in the past. I froze completely. I wasn't able to do anything about what was happening. I just kind of, I wasn't really there, you know. I was like watching myself and watching what was happening, but I wasn't really in the situation. And that still kind of happens to me if I see something like that. A part of me wants to fight. A part of me wants to confront those kind of people, because I'm that kind of person. I don't take crap. I don't like to take crap. I like to stand up for myself, but at the same time, I'm super sensitive. Like, the trouble with my landlord made me physically sick because I couldn't stand that. I just couldn't handle it. So it's really weird for me. Sometimes I'm like so tough and I'm standing up, but most of the time I'm standing up for others rather than myself. I have no issue fighting for others, but for myself it's always difficult. So I don't know. I don't know if I should feel guilty about this, you know, about not doing something, not being fast enough, stuff like that. Yes, I checked on her, you know, like I waited a bit and watched as he walked the other direction, and she kept going, not stopping at a bus stop, stuff like that. But I don't know, a part of me really wanted to help her, you know, because I don't know, it was just so weird. The way he talked to her, her body language, you kind of know that as a victim and as someone, you know, normal empathetic people see it and know something is off, in my opinion. And as a victim, you see something like that and everything starts screaming in you. Everything. Like, bam. So I don't know. I'm honestly not sure how to handle this. Like my feelings, like could I have done something? And those what if questions can drive you crazy, and I try not to do that. Because as I learned in therapy, not a good thing. You know, this is the way it happened. I shouldn't overthink it too much. I shouldn't, you know, blame myself or, but at the same time, what if I should blame myself? That's the point, you know? That's the point. I don't know. This is really tricky. This is so tricky. I don't know. This is one of the moments where I really want to go back and just run over there. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but something in me screamed like she does not want that. She doesn't want to talk to him. She doesn't like him following her. She doesn't want him to touch her. You could see that. And I felt it. And it was such a like short thing, you know? It wasn't like a long thing that transpired. It was like the part I saw was so short. Like for maybe, I don't know, 15 seconds, honestly. When I'm thinking realistically, maybe 15 seconds. But in those 15 seconds, those were long enough for me, you know? And I don't know. Maybe I'm just projecting too much into her, like of myself into that woman. But yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I do remember something right now. There was a time when I was at the mall with my mom, I believe. And or was I alone? Maybe I was alone. I don't know. But I was sitting there waiting for something. Maybe it was just the bus, and it was like, I think it was raining outside like a lot, and I didn't have like an umbrella or anything like that. So I went to the mall to try to stay as dry as possible until my bus was there. So, and I was sitting there trying to, you know, relax a bit and trying to, I wasn't feeling well. I know that. I remember that. And this man came up and he started bothering me, and he started talking to me and he wouldn't stop. And there was this group of younger, like they were younger than me, younger teenagers, like a group of them. And a few of the girls were like, oh, hey, there you are. And they were like, they knew me, you know, like, and they stayed with me. And he was like, oh, off he goes, like that. And I was so thankful that they came up and helped me out in that situation, because I was like that girl from today, like I was trying to be polite and all of that, and that's kind of my default thing. I'm always trying to be nice and polite and don't hurt anyone's feelings, even in a situation like that, because I'm like, you know, I can't just assume that that person wants to harm me or anything like that, but at the same time, there's an instinct kicking in. And if you feel uncomfortable, you shouldn't be like, oh, I have to stay polite and stay in the situation. No, you should get yourself out of it. But I wasn't able to, and I'm still not always able to do that. And those girls really helped me out, and I don't think I ever really thanked them, like showed them how much I appreciated. I think I was too shocked, but you know, they were so nice, and they stayed close by actually. Like they stayed and made sure that I was okay and that he wouldn't come back up until I left. And that's something I appreciate a lot. And I wish I could go back and tell them, but yeah. Oh my god, this makes me cry. Because I just realized this. You know, I knew this happened, but I didn't realize how important that was for me. Especially looking back at everything bad that happened to me, but yeah. How did I make this about me? I was talking about a young woman feeling uncomfortable, obviously. For me, it was obvious. And a weird man. I don't know. It's painful to think that this is kind of normal. This happens every day all over the world, you know. And it makes me so sick. It makes me so sick, you know, how many women are actually being assaulted or, you know, harassed in any way every single day. And of course, it's not just women, it's also men. But it's so tragic. That there was that time I opened up about something that happened to me, and the whole friend group I told that in that moment came out and told me stories what happened to them, and was so shocked that all of them had something to say about this, that every single one of them had a story of harassment. And it made me so sick to my stomach. I don't know. This is such a serious topic. I'm sorry. I actually wanted to talk about, you know, that felt a little bit better and went outside trying to, you know, like hoping that movement would help me, and it didn't, but I was outside and that was good. So yeah. And after that I kind of just tried to rest and take a break and talk to a new friend I made, Kim, and we talked about writing, and she sent me something she wrote and I started to read it, and she wanted some critique on it, so I did that, and it was awesome. It's just so awesome to talk about with someone about writing, and it gives me life and inspires me actually, and I hope this continues because I can feel it inspiring me to go back to writing. And I wanted this. I don't know if you remember, but I wanted to go back to writing for so long. Like, I haven't been writing in such a long time, and I really want to go back to that. So fingers crossed this happens. So yeah, sorry it's late and I'm tired and I took my pills and my mind is just in a downward spiral about the situation of today, and I don't know what to do. I don't know. You know, it's just like this thing in my head that's and I'm not in therapy anymore, so I can't talk, just like hit up my therapist and be like, can we talk about something? I have an issue here. You know, not working. It's been some time. So yeah, there's that. I have to figure this out on my own, and I will. But I really wish I could talk to her right now. I really need that. I can feel it, but I'm sure I can find a way to deal with this. So yeah, I don't know if I'm even brave enough to post this, because I'm afraid everyone will be like, you're a horrible person. But yeah, time is running out, so I'm saying good night. Don't let the bed bugs bite. Remember to keep on fighting, and we hopefully see each other soon.